welcome to another episode of the Grae Area Podcast. I am Shakoya D.
D and Bree.
It's your boy Damani.
And if this is your first time joining us, this is a podcast about whatever we feel like talking about. It could be love, life, relationships. I guess that's love or not. Just like whatever we want to talk about. We have interesting conversations and we want to bring you guys in on that. Today we are trying out new camera angles and stuff like that. Kinda, sorta, not really. You'll see some stuff on social media. We're working on things. But how are you guys today?
Doing alright. Tired.
Good. I'm good.
That's
Hungry.
Beautiful.
But I'm not hangry.
That's good. We need to get through this pod before you get hangry.
I don't get hangry.
You don't?
Healthy.
You healthy?
Yeah.
What's the correlation?
I don't get hangry either, to be honest.
Just that. What does being hangry and healthy like? What's the connection? I just need to know.
It's like when you don't got your drugs, you get angry.
I don't think that's okay. I be hangry and I'm healthy too.
Word.
So
You look like I don't believe you.
It's like being sluggish. I don't be sluggish.
that's not the same
I
thing.
don't be hangry because what I eat.
I be hangry.
My food comes to me with a smile.
Does it though?
Y'all food gets slaughtered.
Your food gets slaughtered too, technically. They gotta chop the plants.
I mean, the plant was alive, so technically.
Yeah.
Still come to me with a smile.
What? Anyways.
They don't even got a face to smile at you. But anyway, moving forward, yes, please.
Anyways. I do think plants be smiling though.
Yeah, but I don't think they come to him with a smile.
They definitely don't.
Not dead plants.
Right.
They definitely not coming to you with a smile.
Not the way you cook them.
Getting fried, died, and laid
They
in the
side.
Fried. Wow.
But don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and hit that notification bell so you know when we upload a video. Also, we launched a Patreon. Mm-hmm. If y'all want to catch our episodes live, if y'all want to comment live, y'all want to shift the conversation, anything like that, make sure you subscribe to our Patreon so you'll know whenever we go live to do an upload. We're also doing, we got other content. We got a food review show and we got an upcoming cooking show. It's going to be a little cooking competition.
Y'all might see exclusive behind the scenes, recordings, get-togethers, gatherings. You know, never know who gonna come bless the Patreon. We know some people.
Right, you gonna see us. So it'll be more exclusive content. So make sure you join our Patreon, and it starts at the low price of $3 a month. So we ain't trying to hurt y'all pockets, y'all, but. You guys joining the Patreon will allow us to continue to create and create more and better, higher quality content. So make sure y'all subscribe by supporting us in the Patreon. You're supporting, creativity.
Black business.
Black businesses. But
The
future. But anyways, let's jump into the topic. What are we talking about today, y'all?
All right. I had a thought.
Every time you have a thought.
It might not even be that big.
No arguments today.
It might not even be that big a deal. What I think is that the whole saying that the richest place is the graveyard, I don't think so. I also don't think people die with their ideas. I think because the idea wasn't yours to begin with, you just happen to be a vehicle to catch the idea. So I don't think we ever lose any ideas, to be honest. Like I know it sounds sometimes like, oh yeah, this person died with their ideas, they died with the Krabby Patty formula, whatever it is, right? But to be honest, I just think it was like if it was an idea, it was gonna come out regardless. It would have looked different had it came through you or so another person.
That's what I was gonna say. Nobody was gonna do it like how that person. So this version of the idea died. But I don't believe that the richest place is the graveyard either.
Why not?
It's inside one's heart. Check out the EP, Lonely Lord EP. Out now. Stop playing with that man.
Not some shameless plug.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, just because love is the strongest emotion, and love equates to richness in some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think of love, it comes from the heart. And the stuff that people actually enjoy doing comes from the heart. In my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know that I have an opinion.
That's
like,
hilarious.
I like what both of y'all are. Like, I don't know that I have my own, like, individual idea from what you guys are saying. I like what both of you guys are saying. I never thought about it outside of, like, the richest place being the graveyard. Like, yeah, you hear that. But you could look at that two different ways also. Like, sometimes, I guess the people who be trying to be extra woke, they be talking about ideas and stuff like that. But also, like, a lot of people are buried with their jewelry and stuff like that. So, like, if you're thinking about, like, material wealth, and caskets cost, like, mad money.
That is true. That is.
So, like, if you think about it like that, then, like, maybe the graveyard is the richest place in the world. But from the perspective,
I was thinking more ideas. I was thinking that, again, ideas don't die. So, like, there's been a million times. I feel like you guys can attest to it as well. Like, you've been like, oh, I had this idea and somebody did the exact thing that you were going to do. Granted, again, it was going to be slightly different, but at the end of the day, the idea got out before you got a chance to do it. So it's like, it's not necessarily dependent on the person to get the idea out. The idea just wants to be out. And that's how I was looking at it. So I was like, there's no, like, and it made me feel better because, like, oh, that means, like, that no idea, like, we don't lose ideas. Like, it's not like somebody's gone and then the idea is gone forever. It's like, nah. It's like, as long as there's still people out here that are willing to, like, listen, you'll still get the idea.
And I guess that's true, too, because even, like, with you saying, like, the idea isn't technically yours, right? Like, you're just the vehicle that it goes through.
I'm just a vessel.
Even with, like, people, like, if somebody already does an idea, that doesn't mean that you can't do it and do it in your own way or expound on it in your own way. And it doesn't necessarily, like, discredit you. Now, like, come on, don't be out here just stealing people's, like, ideas straight up and stuff like that, because people be doing that. But sometimes you do have the same idea as other people, and it might not even be a thing of they done it first. Like, sometimes it's literally that you guys come out with it at the same time. Like, depending on your platform, that may make the difference. But also, like, you know, I definitely agree with, like, you being the vehicle for it. I do also like the idea of, like, you know, your heart is the richest place. I guess those kind of go hand in hand, right? So you're just saying that the graveyard is not the richest place, and you're saying that the heart is the richest place. But I agree with that because, like you said, love is, like, the strongest emotion. It drives a lot of us in a lot of things that we do, even just how we live our lives. The amount of love that we have for something or someone can literally change the trajectory of our lives, just because of how we decide to act or how we decide to, I guess, express our love for whatever. So I think that's cool.
So I have a question about the graveyard being the richest place. What if they're not talking about ideas? They're talking about untapped potential. Because the potential means that you could have done it, but you haven't done it.
Could have. I mean, then I guess that would make it more valid, but I don't know. I can't necessarily speak for it because, again, everything happens for a reason. Whether or not she tap into it is up to you. But, like, I can't say that, like, untapped potential is like, hey, like shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Like, this could have happened, but it didn't. So I can't. It could have been worse than we thought it. Like, some people could have, like, ended up worse than they ended up. You know, so I had no way of, like, gauging it. But I mean, I can't say it's not 100% true. I just don't know.
Or yeah, I asked that because I be thinking, I said it before. I don't think I said it on here. I was talking to you about untapped potential.
Mm-hmm.
I want to, like this year, I want to explore any type of potential that I have. Yeah. Just to, like, I don't want anything to be untapped. I gotta put my hands in everything.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's, dang, I forgot what I was going to say. But
my brain be lagging. Y'all gonna get that later.
I feel like we said that on here before.
It was different.
Yeah. Alright, so dang. My brain definitely is lagging though. I feel like that could be true. Like that could be part of like what people are talking about, the untapped potential. Because it's a lot of people we talk about this all the time here. Like there's a lot of people who, like you said, the woulda, shoulda, couldas, but like they had the potential to do something. They had either they started something and didn't finish it, or they didn't even try to tap into their potential and stuff like that. They didn't, like, as you would say it, in entertainment, sports, whatever. They didn't leave it all on the floor or leave it all on the stage. So I think that might be something that they could be talking about. I don't think anybody is thinking like that. Most people, but I do think potentially like that might be like what they're referring to. Yeah. I mean, that would make a lot of sense actually.
Yeah, it definitely, like I said, I can't say that there's not any validity to it, but again, with like potential without energy, without you applying the necessary energy, it doesn't equate to much. It's like you having knowledge without actually applying it. Like it doesn't by itself, it doesn't mean anything. So it's like you have to like add action and energy and love and everything behind it. So that's why I said I don't know if they're talking about potential, it makes more sense to me. If you're talking about ideas, it's like no, like the idea gonna come and go whether or not are you ready to execute this idea? Nah, all right, cool. Then homie down the street, he's ready. He queued up. He's been waiting to paint this painting. Mm-hmm. So I think we're talking about that. Then yeah, no.
What do you guys think it would? Well, first, do you guys feel like? Well, you just answered this, but do you feel like you've tapped into your potential?
I think I'm tapping into it more every day. I want to leave here empty. I want it to be like, hey, I could have everything I thought of, I did. Mm-hmm. Everything I possibly thought I could do, I did, and then just go from there. Because I feel like again, a lot of people can't say that they did that. A lot of people could be like, hey, when I was 16, I wish I would have blah blah. I always had a thing that I loved, and it's like me personally, my goal is to at least try everything that I feel like I'm capable of doing. What about you?
Oh, me?
I answered the question.
She thought she was about to skate. She said,
I was going to ask you a different question.
Don't forget it, though.
What about me? I definitely don't think that I've tapped into my potential. I do think that I'm starting to tap into it. I feel like in the past it scared me to tap into my potential for real. I know that sounds wild, but like, yeah, I feel like it scared me. So a lot of things I wouldn't do, or I would just kind of play it safe, or I wouldn't go all in. One thing that I am working on right now is my relationship with like money and stuff like that. But the part of the book right now, I'm sorry y'all, I feel like I'm about to burp. Anyways, right now I'm reading this book by Jen Sincero. It's called You Are a Badass at Making Money. And the part that I just read, not to spoil it completely, but it did talk about commitment and not being like half in, half out. So I'm really committing to tapping into everything. Like you said, I want to leave here empty. I don't want to have like ideas that I didn't try, or just like things that I wanted to do that I didn't get a chance to do, not because I ran out of time, but just because I was too scared to do it. yeah, I just want to do the things and have fun and just be who I am, every day and have fun. So, yeah.
I had something. I'm trying to remember what it was. I'm literally trying to remember what it was.
Everybody brain lagging today, y'all.
One thing that I'm working on is being blank because. Dang, what did you say?
Oh, I said one thing that I'm working on is my relationship with money.
Before that.
Before that, I don't feel that I tapped into my fullest potential yet.
Fullest potential.
It used to scare me.
Scare you. I think it was along those lines. Scare you. Fear. I lost it.
All right.
It's going.
Go!
Out of
here.
Swing and a miss. All right. So I had a question. What do you think it would take to, well, I had two questions. I don't know if the first one is a good question. All right. So my first question is like, what percentage of your potential do you feel like you've tapped into so far?
I say like 10.
10%?
Yeah, I was gonna go like 20.
20%.
At the most.
Okay.
I think I had to like that's probably on a really good day.
Okay.
What about you?
I think I'm at like maybe a 15. Yeah, I would say maybe a 15. I feel like there's still a lot of things that I'm starting to tap into, but like even still, it's like till you start trying stuff, you don't actually know what you can do or what you want to do, or you just gotta start acting on the ideas as they come to you.
Mm-hmm.
My next question was, what do you feel like it will take for you to start, I guess, to reach your fullest potential? Or
I remember my thought. And
Go
I can
ahead.
go along with that. One thing that I'm working on is being comfortable being uncomfortable, but not in the sense of doing stuff that's uncomfortable. For me, the most uncomfortable feeling is to be doing stuff alone. Like to literally be doing stuff by yourself. Because it's just you. Like you figuring everything out by yourself. You making mistakes by yourself. You really can't ask people for help because you're here by yourself. Side note, Lonely Loner is out now. Stop playing with that man. That EP is on all streaming platforms. But yeah, I feel like the most uncomfortable feeling is being alone. I was reading Atomic Habits. They was talking about the need for acceptance, like from the human race, like just the importance of community and environment, and everybody wants to be a part of something. But in order to, a lot of times, the path that we on, it's a period of time. Like to get the ball rolling, like you be talking about, most of the time, rolling that ball in the beginning is by yourself.
Yeah, because I think at the beginning you don't even really know what you are, what the idea is, whatever it is you're trying to do is. So like you want people to accept it, but you have to get some of the kinks out so that it's like, all right, this isn't just a sketch. This isn't just like a, hey, I just did this in 5 minutes. You want to be able to present it so that people can understand it, so that you don't feel like you look crazy. Because that's another thing in terms of like acceptance. Nobody wants to feel like they look crazy. Even it's like as much as we be like, oh yeah, I don't care if I look crazy. It's like we all we a part of our, I guess, humanity is us wanting to be accepted and want to be a part of a group. So it's kind of hard to not to do because you have to do it alone and then be okay with the fact that you're alone, and then be okay with the fact that people may not like it.
And you still have to be confident in
what you're
doing, like what it is.
But I guess that's also how you build your confidence in it, is if you have that time alone with it and you start to define what it is and how you actually feel about it, and you figure out what you want it to look like and what direction you want it to go in and different things like that. I feel like if from jump is already involving a bunch of people, then you don't have time to build that level of security, that level of confidence with whatever that idea is, with whatever that thing, that strength, that ability is, because you don't even sometimes you don't allow yourself the chance to see what it can become at that point, because you have too many other voices there that are like, oh, this is perfect how it is, or they might be like, I don't really like that, and then you're formulating your opinion with those thoughts in the back of your head as well. So I think like the alone time with it, with your abilities, with your creativity, with your ideas is important to start with. It'd be rough.
Yeah, it'd be rough. And I think another thing with the acceptance part, it's hard because like even when you think about being a kid, like everything when you first start out, you're just doing stuff because hey, I like this. Hey, I like this. I see somebody doing this. I'm copying. And then at some point there's a switch where you're doing stuff because you got a reaction from it. Or you're getting like the first time you walk, you go it's like everybody's clapping, blah blah, right? And it's like it's a need to have a certain level of validation for whenever you're doing stuff. So when you don't get that, when you're doing something, it's like hey, I did this. But nobody said anything. It's like, you know what, maybe it's not that good anyway. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, now you take that into adulthood and you're like, hey, I've been working on this thing for 3 months, but it's not that big a deal. Nobody going.
It's just my something.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it stems from the same thing, like that level of like, I need to. At some point, we felt like we needed to be accepted, which we don't necessarily need, but we want it. Mm-hmm. So it's like,
We're going to pause for this brief intermission.
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
And action. So, yeah, your original question though.
How much? What do you think it'll take for you to tap into your fullest potential?
Did you answer that?
Nah.
It was
the long time. So it went along with okay.
I was gonna say for me, I think it would just be just allowing it to happen. Like I realized, and this was like it might have been this morning. I realized that like everything that happens in my life, I've allowed to whatever degree it is, right? It's like very simple stuff, right? But it's like I like whether or not like the good stuff, I allow it. The bad stuff, I allow it. Stuff that pisses me off, I allow it. Like, and it's just thinking about all of the stuff that I just like. It's me. Like, I either close the door or I open the door. So it's like if I don't want to accept it, people I don't accept that. I don't accept that. Like, all of that, right? It's like, but if you really don't accept it, it's like it doesn't come through, right? So like you could be whether it's good or bad. Like so if it could be something that's really good for you, but if you don't accept it, you're not gonna get all of the benefits from it. And the same thing on the bad stuff. It was like if you don't let it all the way through, it's not gonna affect you as much as it could have. So for me, I think for me to tap into it, it's just me allowing myself just leave the door open, just like leaving it so that I can like just let it all come.
I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open.
I lost it.
God damn it!
What was the last thing you said?
Just me allowing it to happen, like allowing the stuff to.
Oh, word! Me giving myself permission to be as creative as I want to be, like, and just have fun with whatever I'm doing. Just have fun and remind myself that anything is attainable. I have everything I need. Thanks. Like these daily things, I probably write it on my mirror.
I was actually thinking about that earlier, and then I'll answer the question as well. But I was thinking about that earlier, and I know we say it all the time, like, okay, we literally have everything that we need to succeed. But I was thinking about us talking about getting different camera angles and stuff like that, and like, I realized like I also have a camera. Like we have phones, like we could get other angles and stuff like that. It's not as complicated as we were making it seem, or even as I was making it seem in my head. it's like, nah, we can use a phone. Like, the cameras on the phones are good enough now that we can use a phone. It's not gonna look all extra pixelated like it's 2003. So just realizing, just even in that small thing, honestly, that video with the money affirmations or whatever, when she said the more you see it, the more you see it, like the abundance and stuff like that, I'm starting to see it. It's starting to hit right now, okay?
Gotta start doing the meditations and the visualizations.
Yeah, gotta get back into that. I've been meditating. I didn't meditate this morning. I need to meditate actually after this, but I'm meditating every day. And then, but I haven't been doing like visualizations. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm burping, but to answer the question that I asked, I looked at you like you had asked the question. To answer the question that I asked, for me, I feel like to tap into my fullest potential, to reach my fullest potential, it is committing.
Yeah, that's the main thing. What?
I realized...
My word for the year.
Yeah. I realized this morning, my word for the year is actually overflow. I realized this morning that anything that I actually wanted to achieve or obtain or attain or whatever, if I got it, it was never a matter of if I could do it. It wasn't even a question of how it was going to happen. I always say, also, if I want it, I got it. But it's all a matter of how bad I want it or if I'm committing to actually getting it, is what I realized. The things that I've actually wanted, I committed to, I achieved them. Like, even in the strangest way, like, let's say becoming a Delta. I'll use that as an example because I was trying to become a Delta in undergrad and they didn't even have a chapter. I'm doing all these things, trying to see if the citywide chapter could be reactivated. Graduated without becoming one, and then all of a sudden the grad chapter in Wilmington, they was having a line. Alright, cool. I did whatever I needed to do. I started becoming a Girl Scout troop leader, made whatever connections I needed to make, and I crossed. So like, even just with that, I wasn't sure how long it was going to take. Of course, with a lot of things, you don't know how long it's going to take. But for me, I committed to it. This was something that I decided I wanted and that I decided I was going to get. And I was going to figure out how to get it. And I got it. So I realized this morning when I was writing, well, after I read that, like acceptance and allowance and stuff like that, I didn't commit to it. So I wasn't allowing any of it to flow into my life.
Yeah.
Like, that's like one thing that I really realized this morning. Like, I didn't commit fully to my dreams. So I didn't allow the doors that could have opened to open. Or if they did open, I kind of shut them because I wasn't really ready to receive it, or I wasn't sure, I was nervous. I'm like, is this a scam? Like, stuff like that. I mean, you got to look out for scams, though. Yeah. People be scamming.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and that's why my word has been commitment for this year. Because every book I'm reading is asking me to commit something, commit my time, and they literally have sections. Hey, you got to sign here. We're doing this commitment. I'm like, bro, come, give me a break. But what I've noticed is that once you commit, like once you actually commit to something, like with the energy of like, I'm actually doing this, right? Then you get like confirmation after. You don't get confirmation before you go into it. Like you literally have to do something, like commit to doing something, and then it'll be like, oh snap, I didn't see that before. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh snap, now stuff starting to roll. I didn't know why it wasn't rolling before. It's like, nah, because you didn't actually like commit. You didn't make a move. Like you can't see movement until you move first, pretty much. It's when I move, you move, like that kind of like. Literally, it's literally like the universe is like, hey yo, like it's like you move and I got you. Like you move and I move, and then it's like, all right, cool. But most of the time we sit there and we're not making any movements at all. We're just sitting there like, all right, yeah, hey, it's not happening. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, hey, if it and I don't know why we do that, but.
And I feel like. Because I used to say that all the time. And I don't feel like that's necessarily wrong. I just feel like I was thinking about it in the wrong way. Or a lot of us do. It's not, it's like the is what it is what it is type of thing. Like, if it's meant to be, it will happen. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to put in the work to make it happen. Like, I feel like once it does happen, like, yes, this was meant to be. It was supposed to be this way. But I think that it's supposed to mean, like, you know, whatever way you decided to achieve it, whatever outcome came, it was meant to be this way based on the decisions that you made previously.
I think we also have to be clear on what it is that we want.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my problem. My stuff be vague. Like the queries that we be getting be vague. Like slightly relevant.
But that's the whole thing with
specific.
Me committing to it. I realized, like, a lot of things I would be very vague with too, because I'm not committed to what I actually want. Like, I can't commit to something that's vague. That's me literally being half in, half out. Once I define it, I can commit to that thing. But that's what I realized.
I was about to say, I feel like another thing is, even though you could define it, it still could be vague because you're not all the way in. Like, you haven't given yourself permission to actually do it. So it's like, I want to do it, but I don't know if I should.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that.
The commitment solidifies the details.
Yeah. Well, and I was gonna say and I forget who. It might have been James' book. I don't know who was saying it. Was like, if I go to order food, you're not gonna be like, hey yo, I want a burger. It's like, all right, cool. What kind of burger do you want? A burger. And then so it's like you have to be like, do you want a cheeseburger? Do you want a turkey burger? It's like, what do you want on the burger? And it's like there's so many other things that we have to specify so that you get exactly what you want. You're not gonna show up in line and be like, yeah, I just want a burger. And then they give you a vegan burger. It's like, well, this is a vegan burger. Well, you didn't specify, so I just kind of I just gave you whatever you.
It's relevant.
It's you know what I'm saying. You know, so yeah, it's just.
But yeah, I feel like it's relevant, but I feel like for me personally, not but to what you saying, but I don't know why I keep saying but what I was saying. I feel like that's been my thing, like, it's everything that I said, like, not everything, but like the bigger things, like my dreams and stuff like that. I started being very vague. And I don't know what age it started, but I started being very vague with what I wanted because it was more like, God, whatever you want from me that'll be all right,
It's almost like so that you're not let down.
Yeah, it's like when Breeze was talking about when he learned how to sing, he going shoot for Jasmine Sullivan, but hopefully he land on Trey. No, that's how I would be approaching like my dreams. Like, all right, I'm gonna shoot for Beyonce status, but hopefully I land on local artists who just local, that was it. And it's like, that's not even what you want. Like, you just left this big ass gap.
Yeah, and that's why I said, because when I realized that, it's like, because if I went to a sandwich shop and I was like, hey, give me a sandwich, and they be like, word, what do you want on it?
You want number one, number two, you want Italian?
But even, you know what I'm saying? But even think about for you specifically, for women in general, when it comes to restaurants, if you ask for no pickles on your sandwich and you get pickles on your sandwich, I'm sending it back. I'm not getting what? I asked for no. You asked for what? And it's literally like we'll be that serious with our food, but not serious with like our entire life. Which is like, I'm at like, nah, I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm not taking, like, you're not gonna give me. If I ask for a vegan burger, you're not gonna give me a beef burger. Like, that's just not what you about to do. Like, I'm gonna send this back until I get what I asked for. Right. And it's like, if we're more specific, we can get more. Granted, I think like some of the details, like you get more of the details as you move forward, but.
You don't have to be, like, you don't have to have every detail figured out before you start.
So, do y'all think y'all should do research on, like, your dreams just to see what other things, like if you don't know what it all entails, do you think it's wise to do research just to see what else? So now you could be a little more specific.
Yes and no. So yes, I feel like it's good to do research. It also depends on what you're doing. Like what your dreams are. So like if you want to be a doctor, like it's good to do research to see what would be required. If you want to be a creator of some sort, let's say you want to be a content creator, it's good to do research to a certain extent to see how other people have done it. Like, what does this opportunity look like? How would I reach out to people? If you want to be a musician, it's good to do research on how other people have maneuvered throughout their careers. Biographies, autobiographies, interviews, different things like that. Even just how they do things vocally, how they perform. So it's good to do research, but I feel like to a certain extent, because you also have to realize this is your own life and this is your own path. And it's not always going to look exactly how it looked for everybody else. Right? So if I'm like, okay, I want to be Beyonce status. Beyonce did this, and this. Well, I'm already at a disadvantage because I didn't get put into a girls group and be on Star Search when I was 5. You know, like.
And I mean, at the end, you can't be anybody else.
Yeah.
But the research is important. Like I can't, because again, when you want certain things, you typically, I think the research is natural. Like I think when you want certain things, you typically look more in detail about it. Like you want a car, like you want a specific car, you start looking in the specs. Oh, it goes this. It got this much horsepower. Oh, it got the heated seats. Oh, it got the reverse backup. Whatever.
You look at reviews.
Yeah, and you're like, so you naturally put in a lot more research with it because you want to do it. And I think if the things that you actually want to do, you typically put in enough research to figure out like, all right, it's probably going to take this amount for me to be able to do this. If I want to start my own business, I'm probably going to need this. I want to be a baker. Like maybe I want to have my own bakery. So it's like, all right, I need to have this. And then once you get, like she said, once you get a certain amount of information, I feel like you just need to go. Like, because like anything over a certain amount, now you're just kind of waiting. Like you're just kind of procrastinating. Like, all right, maybe I need more information. And I think too much information is just as bad as no information sometimes. Like, so I think you just gotta go. Like once you know, like, all right, this is exactly what I want. I want the Audi R8, all black, blah blah blah. That's it.
My favorite car.
Yeah, that's all this is all I want, right? And it's like you can be specific like that, and then just how you get it. I think you can leave that up to the universe, God, whatever you.
I think that's also the thing. Like sometimes when you do too much research or you're trying to emulate a particular process, you start to obsess over the how in a lot of things. And I feel like some things, like it's good to figure out the how, even if it's just step by step. But when you start to obsess over it, it makes things difficult because then you're more trying to figure things out mentally than actually doing the things, like meeting the people or like actually doing the thing that's going to solve the problem. You're just sitting around thinking about it instead of actually doing it. So that's why I feel like it's good to a certain extent. What do you think?
I would say it's good. Like y'all was saying, don't obsess over it. But I say don't obsess over the research because I feel like then that'll lead to comparison.
Oh, that too. And comparison is the thief of joy.
Oh, joy.
Oh, joy.
Comparison is the thief of joy. You know, they be grave robbers.
Exactly.
And they be robbing.
And that's why the graveyard is the richest place.
Not at all.
No, but yeah, I think it can be great. It can also, like you said, can involve comparison. You can start obsessing over things you don't need to obsess over, and you can also get complacent and not actually do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. One of my challenges for myself is when I have an idea, just just start working on it immediately. Because, like, it just, the more I, like, when I have it, I'm like, oh, this is a cool idea. Like, if I try not to think about it like this, but I'm like, oh, if I had this idea, somebody had this idea. Maybe somebody who has way more resources than I do had this idea. Let me just work on it, see what comes. Yeah. If I don't like it after, that's cool. But
yeah, I'm trying to do that too. With everything, like if I had even if I'm working, that's why I started writing while I work now, cause
you get the idea while you're working. Yeah. That was the same thing. That was happening with me as well. Yeah. And I mean, also, I think specifically with art, it might have been A$AP Rocky was saying that, like, when you're doing the idea, I know we kind of like will start and then we'll stop. It's not perfect, but I think he was saying that art is 90% editing, 10% actual like idea.
It'd be the editing.
I don't edit that much.
But like in terms of editing, like the
Like
idea, you're editing the idea because it's like the first idea for a lot of people usually I can't speak very much, but for the first idea isn't the idea that ends up there. Right. It's the you went back and you're like, nah, that's not the line, or nah, that's not this isn't the right picture, this isn't the right brush stroke, this isn't the right paint color, and you're going back, and then by the time you did it, it's like the idea was 10% of it, 90% of it was you going back and tweaking it until you got it till you feel like you need to work on it.
I feel that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I need y'all to hear this song after this episode.
They say time heals.
They say time. I couldn't help it. But, yeah. I agree with the things that were said here today. Do you guys have any final thoughts on potential, untapped potential, where the richest place is and where it isn't? Love light, Joe.
I believe the richest place is the heart. Yeah, I'm tapping into all of my potential. You know what I was thinking about?
Mm-hmm.
If I actually once I actually get clear on exactly what I want, I'm gonna have it like immediately.
Yeah, Godspeed.
Mm-hmm.
Because 2023, year of 7, my life path is 7. Favorite number 17. 1 times 7 is 7. Just come on now. Godly. Oh yeah, life path. That's it's a godly thing.
Yeah, but I think that's the case for all of us. Like this, as soon as you get cleared, now I can give you what you asked for. Like, but until you're clear, I can. What you want me to do?
What you want? Like you want the whole spectrum between?
Yeah, it's like I want food. Okay,
right.
Just show me my options.
Yeah, it's like let's get specific.
But I think the thing with that, even if we say just show me my options, it's like the response is gonna be like your options are endless. Like.
So that's where the research comes in.
Well, yeah, but
a little bit, and actually gotta ask yourself what you actually want.
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot lately. With certain things, even if I've started it already or started working towards it, I just kind of paused and was like, do I even actually want this? And then I make a decision on if I actually want this. Do I actually want to keep working towards it? Do I feel like it's worth it? And then I'm, shift or whatever.
But you gotta try stuff. That's the only way you figure out if you actually want it. Like, just try it and then move forward. Like, all right, do I like this? No. If I don't like this, then try something else. If I do like it, I'll pursue it for longer.
Or because I feel like I wasn't doing that. That's not what I was doing in the past. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to do stuff just off of thought. And no research.
Yeah, and I feel like you can't be like you can't be more afraid of looking stupid than actually getting what you want. Because I think we care a lot about like how we look trying to do stuff. So I want people seeing me look crazy in the process of me learning this new language. Nah, bro, you gonna sound crazy to start,
right?
And it's like, of course, everybody's gonna know you're just starting out, but that's okay because like once you get it, you get it. And it's like. Yeah,
I realize people don't care. Like, they're just watching. So it's easier for me to just try stuff. Because ain't nobody worried about me.
Yeah.
Except me.
Or even, like, I'm going to use vlogging as an example for me. Like, when when I first started vlogging, I was nervous about vlogging outside and having my camera out. Like, I thought it was going to look weird. Because I also didn't have a camera. It was just me talking to my phone. So I'm like, oh, people are going to think like I'm a weirdo. I just keep holding my phone up and talking and stuff like that. And then it's just like, when you go outside, you're like, ain't nobody looking at you, girl. Like, nobody's paying you no mind. Just go ahead and vlog. So, like, sometimes people are just watching. Sometimes, like, nobody is looking at you, and it's okay. Just go ahead and do whatever you feel like you want to do. What you think might look crazy. People may be watching and be like, oh, I want to do that. Word. Like, you might give people the courage to actually try it. So, you know, that's all we saying. But, yeah. I'm going to try this one more time, y'all. Y'all got any final thoughts?
Nothing else about the original topic. I'm good. You know.
Any thoughts at all?
Stay blessed, stay black, people.
Have fun.
Word. Have fun. Try new things. Tap into your full potential. 2023, we're going after everything that we want, everything that we came for. But we thank y'all for joining us for another episode of the Grae Area Podcast.
Grae Area. Woo!
Yeah.
The moral of this story is to just
tap into your potential
and be great. Like, just be you, and don't let your ideas float away from you. Catch them and go after them. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon. But we will see you guys next week.
Adios.
Get on my motherfucking mic.
I thought we were missing something.
Right.
Push the goddamn button.